Hello ghoulies and beasties, it's me Anastasia Paige Milano coming to you with another face snatch video. Today, I'm starting off with my eyebrows already covered because we're going to be doing Venus Envy today. And to do this, I chose one look. I was between two, as you see right here, but I chose the other one because I felt like it was outside my comfort zone. And if I'm gonna do a makeup look from somebody, I'd rather do something that I know I haven't done before or I know that I could work on. And a black and white graphic eye with a nude lip isn't necessarily part of the Anastasia brand. So I was happy to dip my toe in. I'm starting with my foundation and I'm just going to completely ignore my features for right now. I'm going to be very careful over where I glue down those brows. I hate gluing my brows down. Let me just put this out into the universe. If I was ever to get on Dracula, let's say season 6, and I was cast and I got there, I would happily shave my eyebrows off during the introduction scene to everybody. That's the only time I will ever shave the rest of my eyebrows off. You hear that, Boulay Brothers? I went ahead and started contouring as well. I tried to place the contours in a place that I felt would mimic her face the most. And then there is my sweet baby bringing me a Red Bull because he knows I need the energy. So we're going to continue to blend out that contour. And I'm going back in with, not me being a complete goblin, opening the can with my teeth. Then going in with my concealer to highlight where I felt like it would suit my face the best, to highlight with Venus's makeup in mind. Because I still need to make this look good on my face, which is why everything's not going to be in the exact placement as with Venus's, just because I need to make sure that it still looks good. So whenever you go to see the eyebrow area and eyelid space, I do have the eyebrows a little bit higher, just because, and you'll see me mess up in this video and I correct it off video, I do apologize, where the eyebrows were giving me an issue. I'm then gonna go in right now and I am contouring the nose. Venus's nose contour, I really like it. It's really cute. I love the way that it looks on Venus's nose, and I tried so hard to make sure that I replicated it on my nose. We do have very different nose shapes. Venus's nose is more structural, where mine tends to be more bulbous and is more rounded at the bottom and kind of flattened the bridge a little bit. So I'm going to be going in repeatedly through the makeup process to make sure that my highlight on the nose is as striking as I can get it, just to mirror it to the forehead area. Also, the tip of Venus's nose highlight is really cute. It's just that horizontal dash, at least that's in my mind, that's what I'm calling it. It is so cute, and I absolutely love doing this. Towards the end, when you see it, I blurred it on the thumbnail. You have to watch till the end or skip through it. But I really love the way that the contour and the nose looked on me. I was surprisingly gagged and very happy about it. I'm then going in right now with some of the Mayron setting powder mixed with my MAC setting powder, and I'm just pounding that into my eyebrows. I did one eye and eyebrow off camera because I needed to be able to look at the picture directly to get the best mimic of the shape onto my face. You see here, the eyebrow that I did was really close to the middle of my forehead. Venus's eyebrow is not that close together, so I had to go back in and fix it. I don't think it would have been bad if I left it like that, but I wanted there to be more space in it. You will see me right now. I'm going in and doing my powder contour and my blush because I forgot to do it before this eye. And let me tell you, I struggled. If I don't finish my base before starting anything else, at least powder-wise, I hate it. Like, I have to make sure I'm blushed, I have to be highlighted, I have to be contoured, all that. And then I feel better about moving on to the eyes, the eyebrows, lashes, and lips, because my base always has to come first. For you hoes that can do your eyes first and then your base, you're lucky. Yeah. Ugh. If I could do that, I would, but every time I've tried to do it, I just hate the way that it looks. Especially since I like to do exaggerated shapes around the eye. I always find myself going over it whenever I've tried it, like the eyeshadow with the foundation when I'm trying to put it on, and then it just gets all murky or mixes into it, and I don't feel like messing with that. I'm also going to do this eye a lot differently than I did this other one, because I originally started out doing shadows. Not too different from how I'm doing it now, because I mapped out the other eye the same way with the shadow, but I tried to do it all with just shadows. And let me tell you, I forgot how much of a pain in the ass it was to work with eyeshadow on top of a glued down brow. I was cussing myself out doing that eye off camera. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use a white concealer, which is what I'm doing here underneath the eyebrow. I'm just blending that out. I'm not adding more product of it. Or maybe I am. But I'm going to be making that as opaque as possible, and then going in with a puff in a second. And I'm going to be setting it with Taco from Sugar Pill, as well as a mixture of the Mayron setting powder on top. There it goes. Just to make it as bright and as white as I could. Here starts the obsession with that bridge area. My God. I kept feeling like it wasn't bright enough, and towards the end it finally was. I'm now going in with my eyeliner, and I am trying to figure out the best way to mimic the shape on one side to the other. Symmetry is really big for me. And if I don't feel like everything's symmetrical, I wipe it off and I don't try. I'm done on that day. So I'm starting with the lower lashes that are drawn on. And luckily for the makeup, Venus's was actually kind of the easiest one to replicate, because on Venus's Instagram, which I will link right here, screenshot it, look her up, Venus's makeup and the pictures that Venus takes are exquisite, especially getting such detailed and close-up pictures of the eye and lip like that made my life so much easier on nailing down the shape. I'm then going in with Bulletproof from Sugar Pill, just to very lightly map out where I want the eye to be. And I'm sparingly using that eyeshadow in this moment just to make more of a gray gradient into the white, because later on, after I fill everything in how I'm going to fill it, I'm going to set everything that's black with Bulletproof. I then start tracing out the little crease area, and I'm using my liquid lipstick that I made to be the black eyeshadow effect on this eye. And let me tell you, I was gooped, I was gagged. I did not realize how black it was gonna stay. Now, it is a fast drying lipstick, so you have to work with it, or it's just gonna dry in place. But it's eye safe and it's vegan. So if you feel like supporting a ghoul starting up a makeup company, you know where that Cash App is. And that Venmo. But seriously, I really like playing with makeup, and I like being able to create things that I feel like would be useful, not just for myself, but for other entertainers as well. Because this shit don't crack. This shit ain't going nowhere. And then going back in on top of it with Bulletproof from Sugar Pill as well as the mixture of taco and the Mayron setting powder with that eye puff, just to kind of blend out the gray and black a little bit more. If y'all ghouls and goblins have any recommendations of who you'd like to see me face snatch next, please comment down below who you'd like to see. I'm very interested to see who y'all think I would look good with their face on. I'm then using that same white concealer that I used earlier for the eyebrow space to make that lid crease detail more white. I did not set my lid with black at that point, so I'm setting it now so that way I don't make a gray. And then I'm going to go in with this deconstructed brush that I reconstructed to fit in the areas that I wanted it to fit. And I'm just putting all that white in there. And I'm just making sure that I get it as close to the waterline as I can. And then I'm going to use my finger to blend that out a little bit on the side of my nose. Now I'm just making sure that both sides are even, or as even as I can get them to where they look even, at least on camera. This makeup is going to be meant for a stage, and so mine does not look nearly as good up close as Venus's did. And specifically, it's because of the eyebrow cover. Because towards the end of taking pictures and whatnot, the eyebrows were starting to pop through, and it was a mess. If I would have used Prozaid, that probably would have worked a lot better. However, this is for a video and some pictures. I'm not performing in this. If I was, then I would use Prozaid, but I'm not, so I'm not gonna waste an expensive product like that when I have a glue stick handy. I'm then going in with the shadow I used earlier to map out the eye shape, to map out the eyebrow shape. And I'm drawing on the eyebrow. This eyebrow scared the shit out of me. I'm not used to doing a thin brow like this. I like a thick brow, even if it is a nub. And this is where I realize I've made a mistake in my eyebrows. First of all, they're not symmetrical. So I have to jump off camera real quick to fix it. I left some footage in that shows where I was struggling to fix it. I'd use a half dry makeup wipe to hopefully remove the liquid. That didn't work. Use a foundation brush. That didn't work. It's just a lot of struggle that happens right here. And then I used the Mayron and Taco mix. That didn't do nothing. I'm just gonna move on to the eye, because I was like, if I keep focusing on this, I'm gonna fuck it up. Plus, that's where some of the glue was. And so the more that I added on top of it, the more it wanted to move and break. This was me regretting the decisions I had made. Went off camera, fixed it. I needed to admit it to myself. What I ended up doing was using a bunch of concealer to erase it. Sometimes mistakes happen. Now I'm taking a MAC lipstick and my other lipstick that I made and trying to determine which one was the best shade to match the one that Venus used. And I decided that mine was more of a nude, whereas the MAC one was more of a berry color. And it looked like Venus was wearing more of a nude color. So I went and used that. Reba McEntire, y'all. She loves her kids and never stops. I'm then going to mimic Venus's lip shape onto my lip shape. Now, Venus does a peculiar lip where she erases her Cupid's bow pretty much. I've done a lip like that before, and well, obviously it's not bad because I'm great at makeup. I don't like how it looks on my face, and it does look a little iffy. So I did leave a little bit more of a Cupid's bow on mine than Venus did on hers. I'm then going in and just filling it in, because Venus does not overline the outer parts of the lips or the bottom lip, which I was struggling with. I usually overline that all the time. Then adding more bulletproof to the outside of my waterline to make that dark. And I'm just admiring my work. And after this, I'm going to get dressed, make my lashes, and here is the final result. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and until next time, I'll see you later, ghoulies and beasties. Bye.